What's your name? Your name?
Unimportant.
Fine, we'll move on. I'm going to be straightforward with you. Every single piece of evidence we have points directly to you. Deny it all you want, but we know it's you. We just need you to answer some questions.
I didn't do anything.
By the end, I'm confident you will accept it and be responsible for your crimes. Just answer my questions, sir.
Sure. Just don't waste your time. I know how to fool you.
I'm sure you do, but fooling can't do anything if you're stuck in those cuffs. We found 6 bodies, and the fingerprints matched up to the ones we have for you in your records. We also matched each body to a level in the Covey system, and we're going to go through it with you and see if you can give some explanation on why you did what you did.
You know your Covey system isn't as high-tech as you think. Anyone with half a brain can figure it out.
Are you saying you know what the levels of the system are?
Of course I do.
Are you admitting to knowing where the victims fall into this system?
Don't bait an answer out of me. You aren't clever, and I didn't do it.
Sure. Then I assume you won't mind if I tell you about the victims and where they fall on the scale.
Go ahead.
Colonel Michael Mustard. He was 55 years old. He had heart problems since he was a young adult, and his body was found in the dining room, unharmed. He's known for not being great at thinking ahead and often exhibiting sneaky and suspicious behavior. He stole radio parts during the war and sold them for money he needed in the moment. Did you or did you not kill this man?
Maybe. Maybe I did. Maybe I didn't.
Within the Covey system, Colonel Mustard lands at
2.
I'm sorry?
2. Habit 2, or whatever. Begin with the end in mind. Is that what you call it?
Exactly right. How did you know that?
I know your system. Like I said, anyone with half a brain and a connection or 2 can figure it out. 2 is about planning ahead, yeah? Someone who is a goody-goody example of habit 2 thinks everything through and is very prepared. They make choices that improve their future, yada yada yada. Mustard here didn't know how to do that. He made poor decisions that caused him to live his whole life in fear and debt. All he cared about was the now.
So, why did you kill him?
I didn't, but the one who did was smart. The world needs less of those who can't take care of their own lives. It's a good deed for the wellness of the public.
I see. I'm going to move on to the next victim. Mrs. Patricia Peacock. She was 48 years old and was the mother of another one of our victims. Her body was found in the lounge with her glass spilled on the ground. After testing the substance in her glass, it was found that it was poisoned. Peacock is known for being talkative and a bit lazy in her responsibilities. Do you know what level in the Covey system she lands on?
3.
And what are the characteristics for someone at level 3?
Habit 3 people are organized. Put first things first. They sort out what is urgent and important and make sure what needs to get done gets done. People in level 3 know how to spend their time wisely and in an efficient way. Although Peacock didn't know how to do any of that. She does what she wants to do in excess and doesn't do what she needs. She's lazy, lazy, lazy. All she does is lay around, drink, and count her money.
And why did you kill her?
She was annoying, and her existence was inefficient.
Do you admit to killing Mrs. Peacock? Moving on to our third victim. Mrs. Josephine Scarlett. She was 25 years old, daughter of Mrs. Peacock. Scarlett was involved in several legal services, but this was only discovered after her death, and her home and devices were investigated. Her body was found on the floor below the balcony. She appears to have been pushed from the top. Scarlett is known for being quite the egoist and thinks only for herself. She wants to win, wants to get all the rewards. What level is she in?
At least give me a challenge. She was in level 4, habit 4, which is like think win-win or something. It's all about where your relationship, works out evenly on both sides, I guess. Like, this person gets what want, this person gets what they want. I don't know what that's like. Both people in the relationship gain something. I have never seen someone that is such an opposite as Scarlett. She cared only about herself. If she didn't get the reward, or if she didn't win, she didn't care. She wasn't happy. She did whatever she could to get out on top, even if the other person suffered. She did everything in her power to get what she wanted, hence the illegal activities.
Interesting. And why was she killed?
Imagine someone like her, so sarcastic and narcissistic, that even being near her is suffocating. She deserved it.
Did she? Or was it your annoyance and lack of openness to human growth that triggered the murder?
She deserved it.
Next, Professor Peter Plum. He was 37. He was an archaeologist looking for funding. He was found at the bottom of the staircase. Usually one would assume that he just tripped and fell a little too rough, but your fingerprints were found on the back of his clothes. Not very good at covering your tracks, are you?
Not very good at your job, are you?
Plum was known to be successful in his career, all up to a certain point. He wasn't good with people. He tended to be a bit handsy with women and never looked to understand the people he was talking with. What level is Plum at?
5.
And why is he level 5?
Habit 5 is seek first to understand, then to be understood. People in level 5 are good listeners. They're the ones that you go to when you need like an empty black hole to just throw your emotions into. Plum wasn't like that. He just said whatever he wanted and never listened. He just wanted to be heard. All he did every day, all day, was talk about his problems and his plans. He never listened. He was annoying.
Is that why you killed him? Because he was annoying? Answer me. Did you kill him because he was annoying? That sounds like a common theme in all of your crimes. Let me ask you this. Is annoyance something that can be fixed, or is it a personality trait? A human trait? Do you feel as if people who annoy you can't get better, and that's why you feel like you have to kill them? To make the world a better place with one less annoying person?
You ask too many questions. You know the answers to all those. You know you do. There's no point in asking me.
Fair enough. We'll come back to those questions. We have 2 more victims to discuss. Mrs. Blanche White was 62. She was a cook, housekeeper, and nanny and was found dead in the library. After examination, we found that the cause of death was a blow to the head. The weapon was a heavy book with, of course, your fingerprints on it. She was closed off and quiet and had a lot of dark secrets. She always kept everything under control, and people say she was a mysterious and jealous lady. She didn't like people and worked solely on her own.
She's in level 6.
And why is she level 6?
Habit 6 is synergize, right? People who synergize work well with others and are accepting of differences. They celebrate other people and are understanding. White was the opposite. She wanted nothing to do with people and wanted everyone who was different from her to stay far away. In fact, she didn't even want the people who were like her near her. She was selfish and rude.
And was she annoying? Is that a trigger for you?
She was a horrible person, plain as that.
Interesting. Last subject, Mr. John Green. He was 53 and was a pastor for most of his life before leaving the career. His body was found in the study with signs of suffocation. Mr. Green had gotten in trouble with the law before and tended to follow a downward path up until his death. As he got older, he took worse and worse care of himself, causing health and relationship problems early on. Many say that they never saw him smile until he turned 40.
A plain level 7, sharpen the saw, I think. 7 is all about self-care and all that. Caring for the mind, body, soul, and heart. Being a nice, well-rounded individual that you'd want to take home to meet your parents. Mr. Green, well, I don't think he properly took care of himself since his first run-in with the law, which was like, what, early 30s? reputation he gained as someone responsible. It seemed like he would follow all of the rules, especially after his friends vouched for him. But no, he had to be foolish and make bad decisions. And that's why he deserves the end he got.
Do you think it's your responsibility to give these people the end they deserve? What about Miss Scarlet? She was in her 20s. She still had a whole life ahead of her. What gives you the right to take that away when she still had a chance to grow?
People don't change that easily. I killed them because they were bad people. I killed them because those with minds that warped can't be fixed, and the most merciful thing to do is get rid of them.
What a sad mindset you have.
Shut up.
It's a shame that someone as smart as you devotes your time to something so destructive. Since we got our confession, I want to ask you a few more questions, just to test you. What level am I?
1. Be proactive. You take responsibility. You are all I can, I will, and it was me. You are friendly and people like you. You apologize like the good little kid you are. You and every other person that falls into level 1 are the same. You decide how you feel and when you feel it. You and only you are in control of your emotions and feelings. You are active to make a positive change.
Spot on. One last question.
Fine.
This is your last chance to become honest with me about this, all right? What's your name?
Covey. Sean Covey.